Aircraft armament. Again. The mighty eighth. The U.S. war machine. Combat aircraft of World War II. Here we go, Air Combat Legends. The Eclipse of the Big Gun. Modernized land combat. The West's modern fighters. Battles with the Luftwaffe. Modern air combat. The battleship New Jersey. The fighters. F-9F Cougar. And I think just based on sheer size alone and having to schlep these further, I'm going to move them off to the side. And let's roll on with the Deadly Duo, the B-25 and the B-26 in World War II. All right, and I'm going to keep that with those. And then let's go on with this nice little gem, Robert Taylor, Air Combat Paintings. And I got a duplicate of this, which means a lucky friend of mine will possibly score one of these, should we have similar interests. And they are very, very lovely art editions. Wings of the Navy, followed by, strangely enough, Artisans of Brazil, Artesaus do. I keep Wings of the Navy over there, they're similar in size. And now we have World Sea Power. These are all very heavy editions right here. This is World Military Weapons. Modern Naval Combat. Modern Submarine Warfare. Small Arms. Modern Combat Aircraft Design. The Curtiss SB-2C Helldiver. Armada. The Illustrated History of Fighters. Encyclopedia of World Air Power. Warfare at Sea. Followed by World Military Power. And we're going to push those off to the side so I can move this one around. And this is the new stack. It's separate from those, but I got a wonderful edition of great Italian cooking. Talk about a phone book. Heavy in hand, man. That's a great one. And we've got Truman by David McCullough. Masquerade by Kit Williams. The Clown of God. The Essential Scratch and Sniff Guide to Becoming a Wine Expert. Here's a wonderful, wonderful, I believe, first edition of Silence of the Lambs and Gorky Park. Here's a book called Fun in Bed. It's not what you think. It's got a bunch of this book's from the 50s. So there's like a lot of crossword puzzles, that kind of thing. And then I did take a look at this one yesterday, and it's a beautiful book on trees and plants. And mostly trees in this volume, and she took the time to put the leaves in of the various trees from this area. And here's a nice Bible, Garden Wisdom and Know-How, which is a good one I'm going to need. And here's a beautiful crescent color guide to the Impressionists, which will go in with the art volumes. And I'm just going to take one step down, and we're going to go with The Lonely Eagles, the story of America's Black Air Force in World War II. followed by The Bridge at Dong Ha, Bones That Float, Nanette, Bogies and Bandits. There's The Phantom over Vietnam, Air War over Korea, R.A. Bob Hoover and Chuck Yeager, Forever Flying. This is a book about guys that 50 years of high-flying adventures, from barnstorming to prop planes to dogfighting Germans to testing supersonic jets. It's going to be an interesting read. I also have Shelby Foote's wonderful Civil War series, all 3 volumes. To go with the war volumes. And then I have, whoops, ooh, Fighters of World War II, The Checkertail Clan, The Space Shuttle Operator's Manual, The Air Corps, McDonnell Douglas story, The German Fighter since 1915, and then this is a beautiful little reference set. They all go together, and I believe there's only 3 volumes, but I think there's more than that. But the front photos were just really nice on these. This one's the United States Army and Air Force fighters, 1916 to 61, and this is the Spitfire, story of a famous fighter. And hey, what the hell? Let's look at this 3rd one. Oh yeah, it's worth it too. I mean, come on. Badass. Aircraft Camouflage and Markings, 1907 to 54. This is a book on the Hawks. And I also have a copy of The World is Flat, 5 Quarters of the Orange, The Corsair, The Tunnels of Ku Chi. This is the Allied Fighters. And then I have the Encyclopedia of Tanks, the Jane's Main Battle Tanks. And then I have the Men of War, Nelson's Navy, and wrapping it up with The Story of Sail. So a beautiful, beautiful collection of military books. I have one more little stack I'll show you after this. I'm going to dedicate an episode in and of itself to those. So we'll check back here shortly.